steps that we normally involve during actual research, comparisons between actual research and regular research. Research design, descriptive research, and experimental research. Why should people do descriptive research? Why should we choose experimental research? What particular situations are suitable for experimental research as opposed to descriptive research? Any questions? Have they? Close the session and start talking about other things. We also started talking about the scientific approach. What is the scientific approach? Sources of knowledge, experience, strengths and weaknesses of experience, authority, strengths and weaknesses of authority, as well as tradition, we talked about those. And now we talk about any questions? Are we communicating? Everything is crystal clear, or everything is confusing? You don't even know where to start from. Ask me questions. Where am I at? We are happy. Yes? We are not happy. Yes, I don't know. I don't want people to be unhappy. I want them to be happy. What is this being happy? You didn't get anything. Okay? Other things which are making people happy? My colleagues was lost completely. Talking about experience, what are we talking about? Authority, what are we talking about? Tradition, what are we talking about? We were saying that we as professionals need to have information. We cannot be considered as professionals without having knowledge. Our decisions, our actions should be based on the knowledge we have. But then, how do we get to know? There are various sources of knowledge. So that experience is one of the sources of knowledge. In fact, most of the things we know, we have known them through experience. Like doing something, then you realize this results into that, and then you keep that knowledge. Next time around, you know exactly what to do in order to do that. Experience has been passed on from generation to generation. Much of what we know is what we learned from our parents, our various people who they know how, teachers, school teachers, they pass on that knowledge from generation to generation. But we saw that the experience has some weaknesses. It's a good source of knowledge, but it has some weaknesses. Sometimes you can experience a situation differently from your colleague who is experiencing the same situation based on your previous knowledge, previous experiences. Your experience can differ. So we cannot really rely 100% on experience because of that weakness. But we also saw that some phenomena cannot be learned effectively through experience alone. We need other ways of getting to know certain things in life. Even as we sit here looking at the clouds, from experience alone, we cannot explain how clouds come and things are made. Somebody has to find ways of knowing why we have clouds. Why, when we have clouds, later when it comes to rain. I don't think by experience we can learn that. So some phenomena we come across cannot be learned by experience alone. So that's another weakness of experience. But still, we cannot discredit experience as a source of knowledge. Then we saw that another source of knowledge is authority. When we need to know certain things, which we cannot even know from experience, we very often tell to people who we think are knowledgeable in those things. I think I was giving an example of a legal situation. We have a legal problem, and we are not legally minded. Very often tend to lawyers because we believe that lawyers have knowledge on those issues and they can advise us and we can move forward using their knowledge. So authority is another source of knowledge. But you can also ask the question, how do authority get to know? Sometimes we just believe that the involved authority are knowledgeable is the right information. And very often it has been proven it's wrong. So whilst authority is another good source of knowledge, it also has its weaknesses. Very often, we find ourselves doing things because that is how things have been done over time. People have traditionally done things that way. People have traditionally thought that's the way things should be done, and we just follow on with that. That's another source of knowledge, but we're also laying over life. That some of the things that we believe to be known through tradition have actually been proven wrong. There are many examples we are talking about. One which always comes into my mind is traditionally people in the village they will cause problems there. And actually, scientific has been proved that the eggs are a very good source of nutrition for kids. And if you deny kids from eating eggs, you deny them a very good source of livelihood. eggs should not be permitted to kill. So, tradition is a good source of knowledge, but in the knowledge they have, there are many things which are wrong. And I was saying that we are talking about these things so that when we get information, to critique that information, look at that information critically before we believe it as science. Before we start using any knowledge, let's make sure that we are satisfied that it is correct knowledge. Because there are sources of knowledge good, but there are problems. I know, for example, we have all believed that you go into the literature, in the books, and you read things from the books. Oh, that's like the Bible. There will be things which are wrong. So, before you say, yes, I agree to this, you think it is. Are you still happy? You are happy. Okay? You should be unhappy with that. Talk about that. Other concerns, anxieties, problems, excitement. Yeah, we are happy. Then let's talk about the scientific approach, which is a process where scientists, investigators, in their process of generating knowledge, move inductively from their observations to make hypotheses, and then move inductively from the hypotheses they have made to make logical implications of such hypothesis. What are we saying here? When I'm using the word inductive, I'm referring to observations we make. Direct observation. We either have to experience, we either have to see, but they must be observed direct. That's what I mean by inductive reasoning. Inductive reasoning. We can only understand something after observing. That's inductive reasoning. Sometimes you find the terminology such as empiricism in science, empirical evidence. That this guy saying this was known through actual observation. Okay? If you take a thermometer and measure the temperature of a goat, and you say this goat is warm-blooded. So the fact you are coming up with is that the goat is warm-blooded. How did you know that the goat is warm-blooded? You make observations. That is inductive reasoning. Am I making sense?
Inductive directive. Deductive is directive.
No. I'm not talking about didactic. Because if you say didactic is indirect, no, it's not. But inductive, yes. You directly observe something, then you are doing induction. Empiricism. You are getting empirical evidence. Okay? Deductive reasoning is a reasoning process which starts from non-facts in order to come up with the conclusion based on the non-facts. So if you have knowledge of something and then you use that knowledge to come up with new conclusions, then you are doing deduction. Actually, where the deduction comes from, deducing. Based on this, I deduce that. So you have information here, which is helping you to deduce to something. Okay? If I made a statement, if somebody made a statement and said all students at the University of New York are intelligent people, that's a fact. You challenge that? We are intelligent. Okay. Is a student, but he is a student at the University of Lyon. It's a fact. Nobody can challenge. If I concluded to say, Pandine is an intelligent person, you challenge that? You can't challenge it because we have already known that all students at the University of Lyon are intelligent people. And over here. And he is a student at the University of Lyon. We have a him. Should we question whether Familia is not intelligent? No. She is intelligent because she is one of the people in that category of students in Lyon. That is what is referred to as deductive reasoning. You start from statements which are non-facts, and based on those non-facts, you make conclusions. So you are moving a step further from the known into the unknown based on the known. So that's deductive reasoning. I'm looking at you. You said indirect. Yes, you're moving. You are moving from the non-facts to generate and non-facts. So you must have some facts which are verified to be known, and based on those facts, you make a leap forward to come up with unknown facts. For example, we all know that mammals are warm-blooded animals, right? And we all know that lions are mammals, right? So if I concluded to say lions are warm-blooded animals, there is no way to question it, right? But the facts help us to go to the conclusion I have made. By using the word there, and it means a conclusion based on the known facts. So that is what is referred to as deductive reasoning. There are problems of deductive reasoning because first, the facts must be correct. If your conclusion is to be correct, if the facts are not correct, your conclusion is going to be erroneous. Okay? I had a very good example yesterday. Your colleagues we were talking about the same things. So it says, if somebody said all fruits are sweet, lemons are sweet, that all fruits are sweet, lemons are fruits. So lemons are sweet. We have problems there. And why are we having that problem? The facts we started with are not correct. The statement to say that all fruits are sweet is a lie. Because lemons indeed are fruits, but we know that lemons are not sweet, they are sour. There are some fruits which are actually bitter. So if you start off with the wrong facts, you could actually end up with the wrong conclusion. And this is something which only you, because we are getting scientists now, we all want to be scientists and professionals. Be careful with the people who quickly come into conclusions from facts. Before you accept their conclusion, make sure that the facts they are giving you are correct. Okay? Any questions about deductive reasoning? Inductive reasoning? So we can go back to that statement which seems to be concluded now. What we are saying in this statement is that as a scientist, we must first make observations. And from those observations, generate hypotheses. From the hypothesis, use our deductive reasoning to come up with logical implications of such hypothesis. You have heard of the terminology theory. Theories are generated through this process. We just use the analogy theory here, which says all mammals are warm-blooded animals. And we all say how we accept that, we agree to that. But how do we know that? There are people who make observations on various types of mammals. Sure, people were one of those set of mammals who were tested to see that they are warm-blooded. I think in my fellow agriculturists, animal scientists, they also did similar studies for things like cattle, goats, sheep, dogs. Maybe our colleagues in wildlife, they also did studies on some of the animals which are mammals. But possibly those animals they did may not be like elephants. Unless
may not be lions unless somebody is tired of his life. But based on the few animals which are mammals, which were observed, and they found that these mammals are all warm-blooded, they went further to say, so all mammals must be warm-blooded animals. And from that, conclude mammals are warm-blooded animals. So that's how theories come into existence. If you pass electrons through a column of material, you generate electricity. It doesn't mean that the people who did that tested each and every column of material. No. But for the columns they tested, they found consistency that was that. And they went further to conclude that if you pass electrons through a column of material, it generates. Making sense? Special. People are white. Don't above your heads completely. You've not understood anything. It doesn't make any sense. And you don't even know where to start from asking questions. Or it's crystal clear. No need for questions. Which is crystal clear? Okay. So as I was saying, you have to start, by the way, maybe before I do that, in this example, the first statement and the second statement are referred to as premises. That one is a premise leading to a conclusion. So when I combine my reasoning that way, this can be referred to as a syllogism. So if you come across terms like a syllogism, a premise, conclusion. Now, the limitations of deductive reasoning is that you must begin with true premises or correct premises for you to come up with a correct conclusion. Now, because of these limitations of coming up with true premises, correct premises, we know that not in all cases will you have correct premises. Will you have correct facts to lead you into conclusion. For us to be satisfied that whatever you are saying is correct, we need observations. Okay? To observe so that we can come up with the premises which are correct. Like somebody conducted a study on human beings, probably a medical doctor, and found that, oh yeah, every human being I have tested is a warm-blooded person. In fact, an agriculturist also studied goats and found that every goat I have tested is a warm-blooded animal. Another one tests horses and comes up with the same conclusions. Then you can trust such premises. But as we say, some of the premises will come from experience. Some of them will come from tradition. Some of them will come from authority. And you wonder, how did the authority come to know? So the scientific approach would rather start from actual observations, and from those observations come to conclusions. So the scientific approach combines the truth, like I made in my first statement, combining inductive reasoning with deductive reasoning. Now, the inductive reasoning is a reasoning which was most propounded by a guy by the name of Francis Bacon a long time ago, who argued that we should not tie ourselves to accepting peace handed over by authority as absolute truth, by tradition as absolute truth. We must first establish such a principles based on what we have observed. And from that, we should come up with that is argument. But this also has got its own weakness. The statement to say, "Oh, mammals are warm-blooded animals," has a challenge. If we were to be exactly sure that all mammals are warm-blooded animals, then any mammal which ever existed from creation to death must have been tested, including all mammals which are existing now must be tested, as well as all mammals which are not yet born, which will ever be born, must be tested. Then we can very confidently say that all mammals are warm-blooded. Who knows? Maybe in the future there will be a mammal which will be born and it is cold-blooded. That will prove that what we are saying is wrong. But then, how can we measure an animal which is not yet born, or a person who is not yet born? There is a limitation. So this approach has its own limitation. You can't measure each and every object for you to be perfectly sure that what you are saying is correct. And that's what makes the combination of the two a better approach. We should be able to move from what we have observed as true facts and move a step forward by generalizing into the whole category. Okay? And that generalization is now the process of deduction. But the observations which are helping you to generate the premises is the process of induction. Making sense? Using crazy examples should measure the temperatures of all the unborn children to be able to say all people, all human beings are warm-blooded. But you cannot make that statement unless everybody is measured. And trying to measure everybody is what is the referred perfect induction, universal determinism. But it's not possible to do that in most cases. You have either to use the
sample, you have to measure what is available to you at a particular time. And when people make those observations under different circumstances, they generate information which is not connected. I observed goats and found that they are warm-blooded. She observed cattle and found that they are warm-blooded. She observed horses and found that they are warm-blooded. He observed dogs and found that they are warm-blooded. These are facts, but they are so isolated, they are not connected. So somebody must come in to use deductive reason to connect these facts into harmonious stories, into theory. Clear? Making sense? Well, I'm talking crazy things. These are important things because you as scientists will be expected to be theorizing. Yes. You must contribute to theory. You must contribute to knowledge. So these are things which I want to inculcate in you to become real scientists. Make a comparison of what was said. Every mammal is warm-blooded. Goats are mammals. Therefore, every goat is warm-blooded. That's the reason. The one who trusts on induction will not go by that. He will say, every goat that has ever been observed is warm-blooded. Therefore, every goat is warm-blooded. So this conclusion is being made inductively. Whilst this conclusion is being made deductively. This is based on observation, based on knowledge, but coming to the same conclusion. Exclusive use of induction results in isolated pieces of knowledge and information, making little contribution to knowledge. You cannot use the induction alone to solve most of the problems you come across or to come up with the knowledge. Just like my example, warm-blooded, every person is a warm-blooded animal. But you cannot measure every person. Because some people are not yet born. Some people, Adam was born, died, maybe before he was ever tested to see whether he was warm-blooded. But we are generalized what we give. So that's a realization of inductive reasoning. So the scientific approach uses hypothesis, which allow you to include deduction in that process. So somebody who observed the other Noah, maybe by that time, so the moment that started coming in,
Moses, maybe by that time some promoters started coming in. John the Baptist, and today, so people have found that each and every person tested within those dispensations are warm-blooded. And then you can make it a hypothesis to say people are warm-blooded animals. But that is a hypothesis. Because lo and behold, what if tomorrow a child is born and is cold-blooded? Then our hypothesis can be challenged. I don't want to use the word disproved or proved. Because in science we don't use those terminologies. We use supported, not supported. And we don't use those language, the word proved or disproved, because you can only prove when you have done perfect induction, which you cannot do. But you can support those people who say, yes, every person is a warm-blooded person. If you find in your own study that your people who you have studied are all warm-blooded, then you can contribute to the other school who says that. And you can say the hypothesis that all people are warm-blooded animals is supported by my family. Okay? If you found a cold-blooded person, then you will say that hypothesis is not supported, or rather rejected. Because in my case, I found cold-blooded people. Okay? So, hypothesis makes the difference between induction, deduction, and the scientific approach. Hypothesis allows us to move from inductive reasoning to deductive reasoning to come up with the knowledge. So, the scientific approach goes through a number of steps. I will not bother too much to talk about those because I already mentioned those things when we were talking about the process of the steps we go through when doing research. The standard procedures we talked about. We talked about the definition of a problem. Actually, when you write in your proposals problem statement, you are actually defining the problem. And based on that problem, you come up with the hypothesis, objectives, or research questions. And you do that through deduction from what is known to come up with a hypothesis. And then from the hypothesis you do more deduction, you lead into correction of data analysis. Because when you are deciding the methodology for testing your hypothesis, you are actually doing a deductive process. For me to observe this, I need to do ABCD. And that must also be a logical reasoning process. Then you collect the data, analyze to confirm or reject your hypothesis. So, last time I was talking about the conclusions and the recommendations, remember? And I was saying, when it comes to conclusions, don't scratch your head, go back to the objectives.
You conclude based on those objectives. You conclude based on the hypothesis. And the recommendations will be generated from there. So that's what we are doing. Questions? No questions? Happen? Crystal clear? Huh? I don't want anybody going south when I'm going north. We're all going to go the northern direction. Find some of us who are in Karonga, whilst you are in Monkey Bay. That is a serious problem. Now we are going into the process of the scientific approach, which we just flew over last time when we were talking about the steps in standard legislation. Now we want to start talking about those in detail. So, first place we want to talk about is the issue of the problem. If you cannot have a clear program in your mind, then we are starting from the wrong place. Even when you are coming up with your title of the research, that title must start from a clearly defined problem. If you can't define the problem yourself, we have serious problem. So scientific investigations start from a problem or a question which we need to solve, something we don't know and we want to know. If we don't know this, it is creating a major problem in our development initiatives. Our lives cannot go smoothly unless we address this problem. For us to address this problem, we need to know something. If we cannot know some information, we will not be able to solve the problem. So that's the starting point of research. And for us to come up with a good, are you okay, my friend? Yes, sir. I'm jealous because he's the one who changed my LCTD missing from the services provided us. A problem must satisfy certain requirements, such as it should be formulated in a way that observation or experimentation can provide answers. You remember Francis Bacon said we should not trust the information until we have observed. So if we are coming up with a problem statement, it must be formulated in such a way that we can make observations so that we satisfy those requirements of induction. Issues of personal beliefs, perceptions, values have no place in science. We need to actually observe
And whether our observations are against our beliefs, but we go for the observations. Terminologies such as good are not be measured because my colleague here likes white, I like black. And for me, black is good. For him, white shirts are good. Yes, So, for him, when he says good, he's referring to white. For me, when I'm saying good, I'm referring to black. So, which is which? Those are just a matter of choice. But actual observations can tell us the true facts. Okay? When I was saying, how does authority know? Very often, people in authority will tell us we must do these things in this way because that's what we like. Whether it is good or not, that's somebody else's business. They like those things. They have a value for those things. But it doesn't mean that since they value them, we all value such things. No. So, things which we can observe are the only things which have a place in science. So even when you are coming up with your problem statements, test that statement. Am I using words which are value judgments to me, or am I using words which can be tested and verified? The next step is formulation of a hypothesis, and the hypothesis provide a tentative explanation to such. And for you to be able to come up with such hypothesis, then you need to review the literature. You need to know what is known in the area of interest which you are working in. First, I was working with my friend there, and then there's this lady behind here which we worry about 5 things walk around and stretch your legs before I put the okay, take.
And people have been complaining about the assignment. We are completely blank.
We are talking of science. The fact that I use an agricultural example is not I'm interested in the science, the logical reasoning process in which to demonstrate.
To me, I don't know
You can actually, when using an example
It's a hard one.
I can't answer. But I would say you can start off by using we talked about a consultancy. That consultancy will be from the Ministry of Education. That consultancy will be from the Ministry of Education. But asking for information. How do you generate that information? And you as a consultant must come up with a proposal on how we are going to generate that information. And you can start asking the same question from trade, from education. So that's not a problem. Yeah. What is that? I think I've answered your question.
Yes, you've answered, but
So now the problem you have is not about agriculture, no. It's about the actual science. So that one I have no answer. Because we talked about the typewriter. We talked about the typewriter. We talked about the problem servicing. We talked about the it shouldn't cause any problem. And fortunately, you have to put slides in front of you. You wait to explain from that angle. So try it. I know that there was a mistake about the dates. They said the closing date should be 15 August, and it should be 25. If you have them, if you don't have them, I don't care. Some of the questions said you need help. I'm looking for it. Some of them said explain. I'm looking for explanations. Yeah.